What's up, everybody? Steph Martinez here, Nicholas Gambaro there. Another edition of the Nick and Steph Show. This is going to be a very interesting show for a myriad of reasons. Big Dog's not happy because his Islanders lost in double OT last night. I'm not happy because the Yankees bullpen is just a joke. It's a joke right now. And there's a lot of other things going on that I want to touch on, that we want to touch on, but we figured we talk about what's going on with Lionel Messi and all this craziness that is the soccer world right now. Big Dog, some scathing quotes today by Messi, how he's staying in Barcelona, or as you say, Barcelona.
There you go.
But he doesn't feel like he can trust management.
No.
And this has been a problem for a couple of years now. This has been a problem for, the last 16 months, I would say, doing my research, reading, and seeing all the articles. So since you're the soccer guru, you're the soccer Don Dada, I have to ask you, were you shocked that he stood in Barcelona? And what does this mean as far as the management? Does management change? What do we see here moving forward? Because I was of the opinion, like you and many others, that he was leaving. But then it comes out today that he didn't want to get into a court battle. So
yes. And go ahead.
And the reason, so I'm setting you up and asking you this.
Sure.
I don't quite know all the logistics of why this happened the way it happened. So the people watching, welcome, come on in and say hello. Why this happened the way it happened? Break this down for us. First of all, what necessitated him staying? Okay, and what do you think about him staying?
Him staying, I was shocked only because the rumors were so rampant and he was really displeased and seemed like he wanted out, right? Like a week ago. And now all of a sudden, from what I was reading too, as you mentioned, and just want to read this quote. I would never take the club I have played my entire life for to court. And that is why I'm staying in Barcelona. It was a tough decision. I always said I wanted to end my career here, and I do, Messi said. That was from an ESPN article. So it seems like he's going to end up staying in Barcelona, at least for now, for this season. And I think that's the biggest reason, because he found out that it would have been a whole legal issue and the courts would have to get involved. And I guess he just didn't want to go down that route. But the big question now is, will the president eventually step down? Will there be some way where new management comes in? That's maybe a possibility down the line.
Right.
Fans already have been going to their headquarters, their training ground, and protest and, wanting Messi to stay and wanting the head of Barcelona out. So we know, Kayla, we know you're happy today. What's up, John?
Listen, this feels like it's a bickering match between a boyfriend and a girlfriend, but you've been together so long that you kind of know all the secrets, and you don't want nothing to get too dirty because there's dead bodies buried somewhere, and you don't want to tell where the dead bodies are, because if you do, it's kind of like, hold on, this could be bad for both you and me. It's a mutually exclusively bad thing if we go to court, if we fight over this. And look, Lionel Messi is, you got to understand, I'm sure he knows. He's been in the soccer profession for a long time. You start out young. He's been with
that club since he's a teenager. So he's...
Exactly. So he's well-versed in how things work. Do me a favor, guys. Share the video. Let people know we're live. He's well versed in how things work. So I don't think that he was going to take this situation for granted. However, I don't blame him for looking at different avenues to pursue a career. Um, I can totally understand him not wanting to go to court, but I can understand him saying, you know what, we're not winning. And a player of his caliber, he said it today, I want to continue to win titles and play at the highest level that I can. And right now, and you've said this to me, we've talked about it back and forth. The viewers have heard you say this. It feels like Barcelona is in a rebuild.
Yes.
Okay. It clearly feels that way. So could it have been that Barcelona's motives were purely money and his was purely soccer? I know the two things are usually mutually exclusive because when you play soccer around the world, you're gonna make a lot of money. We
Yes.
understand that, but it seems as though the two parties, this wasn't mutually exclusive for everyone involved,
No.
and it sucks to say that because this guy is one of the greatest soccer players to ever put on a pair of cleats. So I just looking at it from 30,000 feet, you're much closer to it than I am. It just seems like it was time for a change, or it felt like time for a change, and it still could be time for a change.
It
But
could.
this just feels very mismanaged and boggled from the jump.
Yeah, because of the money, because of the contract terms, like, and the whole court issue. He didn't want to deal with that. But maybe down the line, if he's still not pleased with now Ronald Koeman, who's the new head coach, who, um, you know, just came in this year, you know, management he's still not pleased with. Who knows? I really still believe that Man City could be his club. I know he loves Barcelona. He grew up there. He's been playing there his whole life.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes we've seen it with athletes, at least as of late, right? They want to change. It happens. But
Brady.
find out further down the line. But, like, it really is a hot mess.
It is. And look.
And it wasn't right. I just kind of off the cuff, so to speak, or just out of nowhere, because I really did not. Nobody expected it. Any soccer fan.
So let me ask you this question, and I'm curious to see what your thoughts are and what the viewers' thoughts are as well. What does it say about Barcelona globally? If you're having issues with your best player, and your best player is like, I don't trust management. I don't like what's going on here. They've given up on trying to win. They've given up on being the best that they can be. What does it say internationally about Barcelona's brand, about players that might have thought about going to Barcelona and pursuing a career with them? What does it say?
We read today, I'm sorry to cut you off, but that Luis Suarez, too, is looking to go to Juventus.
There you go. So what does it say that the two biggest players
on the team
are looking to get out? That's hard to attract players when your two best players, they want out. Guys, do you agree with this? Share your thoughts as well, Big Dog. But I'm
bad look. But I still think because of the cachet of the name of the badge of Barcelona, just the name. I think they'll always be a great team and will always be able to attract players.
I would agree with you, but we have to at least admit this modern generation of players is much different than the generation of players that grew up before us. These players want to know that there's other players around them that can make them better. And the modern player, and maybe this is just an American thing, I'm not sure, but modern players don't want to play with somebody with one or two good guys. They want a team full of good guys, which is why the Messi thing is troubling to me if I'm a soccer fan or if I'm a Barcelona fan, because it's like, yeah, we understand that, business gets in the way, but if both your star players want out now, if both of them are feeling like we have to make a move,
what's up?
What does it say about the franchise as a whole, because you got to be looking kind of crazy. Both star players went out, bro. Cachet can't cover that. Like Cachet, it helps but so much, but
And
like
it depends on the player. Like, look at Messi and Ronaldo. Like, Messi, to me, always seemed like that one team type of player, where Ronaldo, yes, he's a team player, but in my opinion, and I think a lot of soccer fans would agree with me, he's more of an individual type. Like, he'll help the team, he'll guide the young players, but you can tell, I mean, he's a lot about himself, the individual accolades, and think about it. He started in the Portuguese league at Sporting Lisbon, then it got bigger. He went to Man U, crushed it there. You know what? I want a new challenge. Like, he wants to conquer every league. He almost played in every big league except the Bundesliga, because he played in the Premier League. Then he went to Real Madrid, possibly and probably the biggest club in the world. Then now he's on Juventus, the biggest team in Italy. So he just wants to win title after title, but in every big league in Europe. Where Messi is like, no, I love this club. I grew up with them. Let me stay and help them win as much as I can. And he did. And I don't think with Barcelona he has nothing else to prove. If at some point he does leave or decide to leave again, and he'll be able legally to go about that, but he may just end up staying at Barcelona. Who knows?
Look, my thoughts are this, and I think that's an accurate assessment by Emilio.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of players in sports that feel that way, which is why, look, I applaud Messi for saying I want to stay in one spot. I don't want to jump around from team to team. I want to be loyal to the people that first helped me get to where I am today. That's super commendable. That should be applauded. Here's the problem. The way sports is now, you and I both know that that's a rare occasion. It's very rare that you get a Tim Duncan, a Derek Jeter. You can't even say a Tom Brady anymore because he's in Tampa.
Yeah.
But it's very rare that you get these type of players that they feel like, oh, we can stay in one spot, or I can feel comfortable being in this one area, or I don't have to be constantly moving around from place to place. That's a fair assessment on your part, big dog. But look, I think the comparison with Ronaldo is interesting from this standpoint. Ronaldo feels very LeBron-ish, where he'll do everything on the court, on the pitch to win, or in LeBron's case, the court to win, but he's always thinking about his brand. It's a brand thing with these guys. I want to go here because I want to expand my brand. I want to go here because I want to get bigger. Not that they don't love the game, not that they don't love what they do. We'll get to that in a minute.
What's up,
man?
Yep.
How are you? It's all about the brand now.
And he did say, I'm sorry to cut you off again, but this popped into my head where, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember the exact quote, but he did say something like, I don't want nobody like to be compared. No one will be able to be compared to me. Like, look at all that I've done and all these, basically like, look at what I've created. Like you said, the brand, the star power. I mean, he's up there. One of the biggest athletes on earth. Yep, we're going to talk about the Owls in a bit. What's up?
Yo, what's up? Thank you, man. Thank y'all for popping on. But look, this is we're going to get to the Islanders. We're going to get to the Yankee debacle in a minute. Pete Alonso crushed that pitch. Look, I think this says something to the effect of you see the two different sides of these guys. One guy is, I'm a company brand guy. I want to stay loyal to my boys because I've been here forever. Well, one guy is, I'm kind of bored. I want a new challenge. I want to do something different. Where let's break it down to brass tacks. Let's talk about me and you for a second. All right. Let's not even talk about sports. Let's compare the two of us because they want more. So they want to know more about us.
Okay.
You're comfortable with just being how you are. You're comfortable being settled in your spot, in your place, in your space. You're good with that because that's you. And I love that about you because I'm like, all right, he's comfortable. He's in his own lane. He's not worried about what anybody thinks. He's going to keep doing his thing. That's beautiful. Where me, I'm like, yo, I need a new challenge. I'm getting really bored and I need something to get the juices flowing. Um, and that's what this feels like. It feels like you got one guy on one side who basically says, okay, I've done all I can do in one area. I want something new. I want to change. I want to feel something different. And that's exactly where these two players are in their careers right now. Would you agree with that assessment, or you think that's a little bit
Yeah.
off?
And another thing, too, I want to bring up, if you don't mind. It has to do with soccer, but a different player. Do you think he's attached to the – I think he's attached to the club. I mean, he's been with them since like 2003, 2004. Long time.
Yeah, but if he's attached to the club, all right, let me spin this forward and ask you this. If he's attached to the club, leaving doesn't come out of nowhere though, bro. There had to have been something that he was dealing with or he felt that he was like, I have to get out of here. This is not a conducive situation for me. So I agree with where Kayla's coming from. Like in my head, because I think like that, it's like, okay, did something go wrong that we're not privy to? This is why I asked you when this all originally came out. It for me, something had to go wrong there. Because it's not like you're all peachy keen for however long he's there, about 15 years, and now all of a sudden, it all unravels in a week when there was no reports of this up to then a week ago. And then you started peeling back the onions that a week ago, people are saying that now he wants out. So something went wrong there. Do you agree with that sentiment at least, or you still think that he's committed to the club despite everything that we've read?
But at the same time, something could have happened, or maybe it's just the roster changes in general and the constant coaching changes. I mean, look, I think that matters too a lot in soccer. And I mean all sports, but certain guys, even superstars, want to be coached by certain guys or by certain managers. So they ask to leave the club or asked to be transferred or traded, to put in American terms. Like even Gareth Bale, for example, he's been the past couple of years. Now he's still with Real Madrid, but he's been saying they don't appreciate me here. They don't love me. The fans hate me. Like, what does that sound like? He wants out. And then now is the international break. He's from Wales, so he's been playing for Wales as of late. And he says, I love coming back to play for my national team because at least they love me and appreciate me. So he's like, players
it's almost like this. And I don't mean to get to the football this early, but when the Patriots just cut what's his name? Somebody just got cut in New England. I forgot. He was a wide receiver, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but somebody just got cut in New England, and they basically said they cut me because it's a money thing. They didn't cut me because I can't play. They cut me because they don't want to pay me, and I want to go somewhere where I'm valued. And I looked at that and said, a lot of this is money. A lot of this is, listen, we got to remember, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Teams don't have the kind of money that Mohamed Sanu, there you go.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate you. Where they want to go where they're valued. They want to go where they're not only valued in terms of what they can do on the field, but they want to go where they're valued in terms of where can I get the most bang for my buck. And that's why this is kind of startling. Is this a money issue? And look, I don't mean to get into the skeletal part of soccer, but we watched the documentary where the leagues are embezzling money and hiding stuff from the government, and this one and this one. And listen, maybe Messi's financial records aren't as peachy keen as we are led to believe they are, and there's something in there in terms of embezzlement and money, and something had to go down, brother, because you don't just be like, oh, I'm good for 15 years. I don't say a peep, and then all of a sudden, we go. Like, it don't compute with me. Because if it was something that was eroding over time, they would have been like, okay, this don't look gooch, that don't look gooch. And if Suarez wants out, his boy, that's not good. That's not good. That's two guys, main guys, both won out at the same time.
No.
Nah, something ain't.
There's been issues more so with who's at the top. So I think that plays a big part in it.
That's another thing too, because nobody wants to play if your owner is repugnant. Like something got to be going down here. Anyway, speaking of things going down, that double overtime game 6 yesterday. Good Lord Almighty! I have thoughts, and then I'll matter of fact, I'll leave my thoughts for last. You're the the fan in this equation, okay? Take as much time as you need, and I'm gonna warn you guys now. There's a rant coming here. I'm just warning you guys. He sent the text to the group chat. He sent the text to me. There's a rant coming here. So big dog, drink a little bit more soda so you're not parched. So you get through this and feel gooch. Well, not for gooch, but what was on your mind? Matter of fact, I don't even want to know what's on your mind. Just talk to me now.
Before I get into that, which I definitely will, I think the most important thing I wanted to bring up was just applaud Oscar Lindblom.
Yes.
Returned to the lineup after his battle with a rare bone cancer. He had his last chemotherapy treatment about 2 months ago. He played on the third line last night with Derek Grant and Pitlick. Played 17 minutes and 30 seconds in total. Had 3 shot attempts, 2 hits, and a block shot. So he was busy last night a little bit.
Solid.
And that's amazing for a guy to, go through what he's been going through and, come out and play and help his team win. I mean, that's amazing.
Solid.
To the game itself. Okay. I'm going to vent it all out. People could agree, disagree, whatever. This series, and I'm going to be totally upfront, should have been over in a sweep or in 5 games. Kayla, I'm sorry, but I think the Islanders should have had this one. And it has nothing to do with the Flyers. They are the number 1 seed for a reason. But I just think the Islanders are doing this to themselves game after game after game. You keep making the same turnover mistakes. Granted, okay, some goalie mistakes as well. Now, I'm not going to fault Varlamov for deflected goals or screens, but my God, if your goalie is being screened, either you, the goalie yourself, push the defenseman out of the way, or the forward or whoever on the other team is screening you, or if you're an Islander defenseman, don't matter who it is, push them out of your goalie's way, because if you've watched every game in the series, that's how the Flyers have scored. Screen or deflections. Now, deflections are a freaky thing. You can't help it. But now if he's being screened and it maybe get deflected, then you can help that. Right? But, I mean, last night alone, all right, because I go through the whole series, but we're not doing that. We're focusing on last night because that's what really got me chapped. You go down 2-0. Look, Hayes and Van Riemsdyk, credit to them. They scored. Van Riemsdyk finally getting off the schneid a little bit. Seems like he's picking up steam. And then Derek Brassard scores. No, it does take a lot to win. I'm not taking nothing away from the Flyers, but I think overall the Islanders have been the better team. Now, they played a full 60 every game? No. But
Well, neither team has, to be honest with you. This series has been very choppy. There hasn't been a clean game yet in the series on both ends of the puck. Like, let's not act like both teams have been amazing. It's been some very sloppy, inconsistent, and just flat out dumb hockey.
it has, and very goal scoring. A lot of goal scoring going on. I mean, 3
very
goals.
offensive minded.
Like,
right.
A lot of goals. And then the second period, Matt Martin scores. Great. Then the challenge with, now me and Kayla were going back and forth. Whoever didn't watch the game, Sazika is backing up towards goal. Not anywhere near the goalie yet, but he gets tripped up, slides into the goalie, and it's scored. Now, if you're Alain Vigneault, you've had no luck challenging at all in this series. Why you challenge that, I don't know what you saw, but whatever. They lose the challenge. Flyers. Islanders are on the power play and then score. Great. Then you let Michael Raffles score. All right, a crazy bounce. Left wide open, though, in front of the net and just smacks it in. Okay. Stupid mistakes, agree. I'm getting there. Barzal scores, I'm thinking, all right, this might be the goal. Like, this could be it. Just play lockdown defensive hockey like you've been doing in the third period, and this game's over. I didn't say it out loud, but that's what I was thinking. Then Adam Pelech, who has been amazing, has been a very big reason why the Islanders are where they are, but turns it over at the blue line, and Scott Lawton makes an amazing move on a breakaway and scores. You cannot turn the puck over in big playoff games. You can't. And it's not just him. Quite a few players during the series, as Doug said, stupid mistakes. A lot of them have been turnovers. You can't do that. You have to be super aware of, you just can't turn the puck over, especially in specific parts of the ice. Like, because 2 defensemen are by the blue line, right? On each side a lot of the time. But if you're on one side, player comes, takes it, or you turn it over and nobody's covering, what's going to happen? Breakaway. And that's what happened and drove me nuts last night. And then they just looked – I mean, the amount of chances we had in the overtimes and the penalties. Although we didn't have that much last night. But that's another thing, Doug, too, that kills us sometimes. You know, being an Islander fan. Dumb penalties. I mean, I'm so aggravated because they're doing it to themselves. And you said the same thing watching highlights. You haven't really been watching every game in full. But even you see it. Timely, costly turnovers. Not being where you're supposed to be. Not shooting the puck enough. That's another thing. They keep taking that sweet, you-know-what time, shooting the pucks. You can't do that. Like the shot Barzy took last night was great. He actually didn't wait and hold the puck for 2 hours. Even though he was screened, he used the defenseman as a screen and shot him. But even the overtimes, and you said it too, and I want to point this out, they look kind of dead. Now, unless if it was the speedy first line, and they did have a few chances, I mean, listen, Carter Hart, credit to him. He kept them in that game. Because if he didn't make half the saves they made, they would have lost. But Carter Hart was amazing. And the Flyers defensemen, listen, they made some big plays too. On one pass, I don't know if you saw, it was going to be a forward pass to Barzal, but the defenseman got his stick, poked it away. Like, the Islanders just have to stop making stupid mistakes, bad turnovers. You can't do that. And then now the goalie situation, and then I'll let you say your piece. I got to finish this off, and I know you wanted. But look, I think
we're doing a deep dive here. I'm just gonna tell you, I'm gonna get real granular with it. So if you don't like getting in the weeds, you might not like this segment. So I'm just saying. But continue.
But but
all right, breathe. We don't need you dying before Game 7. All right, we gotta get you to Game 7. Don't die on me. Plus, we gotta finish this show. There's still stuff we gotta get into. Please, for the love of God, don't die.
But even goaltending, pass way too much. Oh.
Dougie, you're a Mets. Dougie, you're a Mets fan, but I love you, Dougie. You're a good guy there, Dougie. You're smart. That's what we act.
Right. And what did I say? You have to shoot high on Carter Hart because he can't save those. High blocker or high glove side, you're going to score most of the time. Yes, James, exactly. We lost those games. I'm sorry, Flyer fans, but this series should have been over already. But I still give them credit where credit's due and the times when they do win and the things they do well. But the Islanders lost games. I'm sorry.
First of all, here's the thing that I think needs to be pointed out. Okay? And you are you done, by the way? Because I don't want to intrude on your time.
I was just going to get to the goalie point, and then I was going to let you say your piece, and I want to
do that.
But
all right, go to the goalies. Yeah, go ahead. Do it. Let's do it.
Almost been amazing, right? But I think, and Kayla asked me this, and I talked to you about it, and like thinking about it because I was up late last night, couldn't sleep. I think you start Grice tomorrow. I do. I think you make that decision. I think Trotz will go with him. Could I be wrong? Yeah, but I have a feeling Grice is going tomorrow. In the 2 times he played in the series, he was stellar. Yes, game 2 we lost, but he only gave up the 1 overtime goal. When it was 3-0 on regulation, he did not give up 1 goal. And then I forget which game exactly. Again, he started in the back-to-back, and he won for us. Score early, score a lot. Yes, and defense, the last period. We are supposed to be a great third-period team. We were not that last night, and even the game before that. You got to play shutdown defense against this Flyer team. You have to. So I think maybe, you know what, you give Varley a break. He has been giving up a lot of goals in the games he's played in. I think you go to Grice in Game 7. I'm done.
Okay. I got a lot to say here, so bear with me, folks. Okay? Since I've known this guy, we're about 5 years deep into this friendship. This is a brotherhood. I love this guy like a brother. Without him, I wouldn't be doing the show, and you wouldn't be seeing him go mental and me just listening and hearing him out. But here's the one thing I will say about this is just watching the games as I do. I don't watch all of them, but I pinpoint certain things that need to be addressed, and I address them. And I addressed 3 of them with him today, and I'm going to address more than 3 with you now. Here's the bigger problem. The bigger problem with this series is the Islanders, they don't have the step on your neck complex. Meaning when the game is on the line, you have to step on the neck of the opponent. This series was over. It was 3-1. This is why I used to question and still question their championship medal, their championship DNA, whether they can win a championship or not. And I understand in hockey, you say this all the time, big brother. There's a certain level of killer that you have to have in order to win these games. You have to, first of all, you can't allow yourself to say, "Oh, we're in a good spot. We'll be okay. We just gotta waste the clock and turn the lights out and it'll end." No. You got to play a full 60 minutes.
That was another thing.
Listen, here's the thing. Here's the 3 things that I think are most important. Listen, you can't put everything on the goalie. The defense in front of either Varlamov or Grice has to be better. You can't let somebody stand in front of your net for friggin' 15 to 20 seconds at a time, because I did the math. There were 4 separate occasions in the second overtime where somebody from Philly was just standing there, not being touched. And I'm like, for the love of God.
By the
For
way,
the
Dallas
love
wins in overtime. They eliminate Colorado in Game 7. Dallas going to Western Conference Finals. Go ahead. Just wanted to give that update.
I mean, like, you got to push somebody around. You just can't give the Flyers 20 seconds to go, all right, let's see if we can get the perfect screen so you can shoot this in. That can't happen. And listen, I applaud Philly for doing this. Philly, they kept playing. They kept fighting. The adversity never really
absolutely
bothered them. And you gotta give Philly credit, especially with the kid coming back from cancer. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That in and of itself is something that I would have applauded, and I think that would have gotten me going to go out there and play last night. I'd have been fired up to go play. If it was me, I'd have been like, all right, my head's on fire. Let's go win the series for our boy. Here's the problem. I don't believe that as good as this team is, losses like this are unacceptable. You can't lose a game like that. And here's the thing. The longer this series goes, you're going to allow guys like Giroux, Voracek, Konechny, all these guys that have been struggling throughout this year, they're going to get going now as a result of the series just keeps on going because people feel confident. People feel like they can make a run because now it's do or die. Now it's head to the wind. Whatever happens. We lose, we win. The Islanders are feeling all the pressure right now, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All of it. Because they had the lead. Here's the final thing. The lines need to be switched. And I'm going to do something crazy. And I didn't think about this before, but I'm going to do it now. I think I'm going to bench Adam Pelech for Boychuk. I'm going to do it, man.
That's extreme.
It is.
In my opinion.
It is, but it's a Game 7. What do you got to lose? I mean, and that's the belief you should have as a Flyers fan. But I just feel like, listen, I think Alan Hahn's tweet said it best last night.
Yeah.
When he said, I forgot he said who had a Game 7 like Starks. Somebody had a Game 7 like Starks. I forgot who he was referring to. But I was like, they all look like Starks to me in Game 7 in 94. They didn't know what to do. They had their headlights look. We're just out here playing. We're just out here having a good time. We're farting around. And when you fart around.
What's up, Skip? And because that's what Arthur Staples said. Love his work. Covers the Owls for The Athletic. I know you read his stuff all the time.
I love Artie.
That's perfect. Did you see that highlight where that third period power play where they should have just tried to score that third goal? They were passing around their own zone. And that's why Pelech turned the puck over.
They stopped playing.
They did. 100%.
They look. Fact of the matter is, you know what, Kayla? It's very commendable of you, by the way. You've been very cool throughout this whole thing.
You have.
I mean, I would have loved some more trash talk for the purposes of the show, but I understand it. Because if it was my boys, I wouldn't have wanted to hear it. So you've been cool. But I'll say this. I think these things need to be pointed out. I just feel like the Islanders at certain points in certain games, and I go back to the Washington game earlier. You remember this? You're up 4-1. There's like 4 minutes left. And they're like, we got this in the back. And they stopped playing. You, in a game, in any competition, on any setting, on any planet, If you stop playing against a team that has explosive talent, that they're just looking for you to give them a light. They're looking for you to say, "Hey, this is what it is."
What's
Biggie,
up?
what's up, brother? They're looking for you to give them a light, like a UFC fighter. All right, easy. So we gotta throw a little UFC in here somewhere. It's like a UFC fighter. They're just waiting for you to put their hands down and go, "All right, dude, knock me out." They're waiting for that. If you're the honest, how do you stop playing? I don't understand this. We've seen this way too much. And then, Big Dog, since we've been friends, there have been instances where I'm like, this kid's going to go off the deep end. He's going to lose his mind. Because it's almost like they find different, dreadful, and god-awful ways to lose. You cannot do that when you, first of all, you get this close to a conference final for the first time since 93. 93. Are you kidding me? Like, for the love of God.
That's what's on the line.
Are you going to throw this all away? And listen, Philly, if they win this series, I'm sorry, but they deserve to win the whole thing. They do. For not giving up, for not saying like an Arizona, who we saw early in the bubble, who were just like,
they
suck.
completely folded. They
quit.
Wrapped it up early.
They quit. Listen, we're gonna get the Yankees in a second. I don't really want to do the Yankees right now. I need a couple minutes to.
John, when I text you earlier, you guys are gonna be fine. Don't sweat it.
See, I agree with him. I agree with John. I don't think they're gonna be fine. I think they missed the playoffs. I said this to you before the season even started. I said it. See. So I don't think fine is the optimal word. But we'll get to them. We'll get to that disaster and dump in a second. That's another thing.
I don't want that to get in their heads, but I feel like now all of a sudden they lost one game. Now they lost yesterday. Yeah. Like they had two opportunities. I think we take Game 7. Yeah, I'm nervous, but I still think we ultimately take it. I ain't giving up on my boys.
I mean, I think it's commendable that you're not giving up on your boys, but here's the God's honest truth. Psychologically, where are you psychologically? Let's look at both ends of the spectrum from a psychological standpoint.
Right.
Let's not talk about the X's and O's part, because that right there is, they play hockey. These dudes can skate backwards sleeping. It's what they do. Psychologically, Philly got to be like, man, brother, we ain't even supposed to be here. So we about to close these clowns out because they let us back in the series. You even admitted it yourself. You let them back in the series. Okay? Now you have to face whatever comes your way. And then Barry. How does Barry deal with three things? How do you deal with the goalie situation? Because I think you start Gryce, and I don't even think you think about it.
Yeah, you start Gryce tomorrow. Fresh look. It's Game 7. He's played well.
You have to start Thomas Gryce tomorrow.
Yep.
You have to.
Farley needs a break. I don't even think mentally.
I don't even think it's because Varlamov needs a break. I just want a different look. And if Gryce wins, I'm rolling with him till he loses.
You could do that. I'd be okay with that.
Look, you see what's going on in Vegas with this whole goalie controversy thing?
Yeah, now they're playing Game 7 tonight. That's a big thing. Who's going to start in net? Leonard or Fleury?
Look, psychologically, the Islanders got to feel like, damn, bro, we just got hit in the ribs by a semi-truck. A semi-truck just ran us over, and we're still living, but we're living by the skin of our teeth.
Bailey.
If we don't get it together, this semi-truck is going to come back around the corner and finish us off. When COVID is over.
Yeah, we got to go to sporting events, man. We got to make a plan, all of us, when COVID's over and we're allowed back in the buildings.
When
Matt,
Veto says
to go to an Islander game so bad. Oh my God, man, I miss going to playoff games.
Listen, when Veto says it's time to,
I miss going to
up
concerts too. Oh my God.
Agreed. Look, at the end of the day, it's this. These are games you can't lose. You can't lose these games, and the Flyers in Game 7 have an impeccable record in Game 7s. They win Game 7. Can you rewrite history? Yes, you sure
It can happen.
You got to give this, though. Fans are the main thing that makes. You know what? We were just talking about this, E. We were just talking about this the other night on the show. He brought up a very key element just now.
Yep, because like that game, now I thought about it a little bit, but again, you got to take into consideration the world we're living in and not try and think about no fans. But that game last night would have been at the Coliseum because technically we were the home team. That would have boosted our morale immensely. And I think that really could have helped propel.
Here's the thing. If the game's at the Collie, do the Islanders? Does Philly even think about where? That's another thing too. They were the hottest team going into the bubble.
Yeah,
Philly. They were the hottest team at the start of the bubble. If they got this swag, like, yo, we can beat anybody. You didn't let a sleeping dog lie. You know what I'm saying? It's hard when you don't let the sleeping dog lie.
In the East, Tampa Bay is great, but look at what the Flyers have done in the bubble and the Islanders have done in the bubble. Islanders have been rolling. Flyers have been rolling. So you could say these are the two best teams in the East.
Yeah, listen, look, fans play a big part in all of this, and I'm not the big fan guy. That's Big Dog's department of expertise. He loves to talk about the atmosphere and
man, it matters. I've been to games in that building. There's nothing like it. Now, are they going to win every single home playoff game? No, but majority, they do. It's a big thing. And Kayla knows it too, being a Philly sports fan. Home crowd is huge.
Mm-hmm. And look, last thing I'll say on the subject, because I know Big Dog's tired of talking about it, and I would be too if I'm him. Last thing I'll say on the subject is you got to go into tomorrow thinking, yo, first shot, first hit, first score. But I'll take it a step further. First fight.
That's why I'm starting the fourth. I know you said start the first line to score first. I want to start the fourth line like Barry does every game just because they set the tone. Even with no fans, they've still been setting the tone early. And you never mentioned it because you were going to get into it, but who would you have on the first line? Because I know you said we were talking last night, you wanted to change it up a bit. Because I would have Pajot and Beauvillier on one line. You got to beat them with speed. And you said the same thing.
Yeah.
You have to beat them with speed.
Yeah. Because they don't want to skate. Philly don't want – listen, Kayla, you could disagree with me. Philly's a defensive hit you in the mouth team. They don't want to skate with this. Yeah, but they don't want to skate with the speed of the Islanders. The speed of the Islanders is something that they don't want to skate with. It's almost like that fighter with the big knockout punch that if they get hit, you're going night-night. You don't want to skate with the Islanders. First of all, here's the play that's emblematic of that. The play off the boards. Barzal gets it. It comes off the boards. He feeds, I forgot who he fed for the goal. But he feeds somebody off the goal, and I'm like, bro, I'm telling you right now, bro. The Islanders, it's funny. Welcome.
What's up?
Uh, um, you gotta think, man. If it's a speed game, it's a different sort of game. Like, because Philly wants to use that rough and tumble, hit you in the mouth, make you play off physical style. It's like a contrast in the style. You know, they say styles make fights. Another UFC/boxing analogy for you UFC lovers out there. You can't get into their fight. Now, the Islanders are physical. We both know that. We both said it was going to be a physical series. But the Islanders got the speed, man. You got to put speed first. Speed kills in these instances, bro.
Yep.
1,000%. You can't just sit here and wait and plot around and not.
And that's what they do. They get a lead and are on their heels, which you cannot do, especially in the postseason. You got to keep attacking and attacking. You can't sit back.
Right. So, guys, final prediction for tomorrow's game. I got the Flyers winning 4-3, Game 7. They're moving on to the conference finals. I know, Big Dog, you got something different. What does everybody in here got? And before I lose my mind, proverbially, on the New York Yankees.
Islanders win 3-1 tomorrow, going to the conference finals. You did, Skip. You said Islanders in 7. Score prediction, Skip. What do you think? Islanders.
What do you got for score? What do you got for a score prediction, Big Dog? Talk to us.
3-1. Islanders win.
3-1 Islanders win. Okay. I know Kayla got her boys, but I want to know her final score before I go out and I rip everybody in the New York Yankees organization a new one, including Aaron Boone.
Yeah. I ain't going to get into it.
Islanders are more defensive than offensive. Yeah. Oh, I like that. Yeah. I like that strategy. We got
4-2. I can see that. But we can score too, though. We can score, but we'll.
Nah, they've been lighting up the lamp in this restart. So.
All right, Eric. There you go.
The Islanders there. He's doing it for you. And he's going 4-2. Kayla's going 3-2. Nice. Okay.
Yo, I'm gonna have a heart attack tomorrow, letting everybody know now. Letting everybody know.
Listen, we don't need. Listen, I don't need you dying. I need you to come back and talk about this Game 7 win or lose. So please don't die. Please don't die. Speaking of dying, I've never been one to jump off the bandwagon in the middle of a season. But for the love of God, can somebody just end the Yankee season? Just end the season. I want it to be over. I don't want it to continue. I want the season to end. Interesting score prediction by Emilio.
Wow. It's really Emilio?
Interesting score prediction by Big Spanish Dan.
That's bold.
Wow, he's like, I'm putting 20 up for the Warriors.
Oh!
For the love of God, can the season end? I don't want to play listen, let's play the full 60 games and let's go home. Let's go home. Let me enjoy the playoffs with the Yankees not in them. Let's go home. I don't need to see them go home after 3 games. Let's, for the love of God, all just go home. This bullpen is the equivalent to me trying to get up and walk. I don't do it very well. And when I do it, I look really bad. So this is what I'm saying. You can laugh. Go ahead. You can laugh. But I'm done with them, big dog. I'm done with them. I'm done with everything going on with this bullpen right now. I'm done with. I'm done with it. And yeah, what a difference 10 games makes for you, right? Listen, since starting season, what they were 16-6 to start the season. Since that point, they are 10-14. 10 big dog in the last 24 games, they're 10-14. And I'm like, okay, I get injuries have a part in it. I get that. That's fine. Giarshella going on the IL today. Bone spur in the elbow. Get it? Injuries, elbow, very real. I'm not discounting injuries. But this is what I'll say. The bullpen was supposed to be a strength of this team. It's clearly not. The loss of Tommy Kahnle is gigantic. Gigantic. Okay? And look, I'm at the point right now. They're tied 4-4 with the Orioles in the bottom of the sixth inning. By the way, they're playing the Orioles in the doubleheader. The Orioles have the bases loaded against Zach Britton right now. If the Orioles win this game and the Yankees don't win this game and you got to play Baltimore again tonight, and by the way, you got another doubleheader on Sunday. I think it's Saturday or Sunday. I am going to lose my mind. You get what I'm trying to say? Not being nice. I'm not speaking in hyperbole. I am going to lose my mind. And for all this talk of, oh, wait till they get Stanton back. Wait till they get Judge back. None of those guys are coming back. Like, if it's me, you can't count on Aaron Judge coming back and playing this year. You can't. With a calf? No way. No way. No way I'm even thinking about counting on him coming back. If Aaron Judge comes back and plays well, I'm going to thank my lucky star. But Stanton's not coming back either. Look, man. And I know this sounds like I'm sounding the panic button, and to a certain degree I am. This season's 60 games. You can't afford to have rough patches. And look, was Tom Seaver having, did he have something to do with that win? I believe he did. I believe he did. It was set up for you guys to win last night. And you did. But this is not the first time I've looked at this bullpen and wanted to go for the first bottle of scotch that I saw. This bullpen makes me want to drink. Daily. It makes me want to drink. And then you got like Mike Talkman in a 2-for-31 slump. 2-for-31.
That's
Gary
bad.
Sanchez is barely hitting over freaking 200 for the season. Oh, he crushed that shit. That home run he hit yesterday was a shot. Look. Even if they get healthy, they're not the best team in baseball. They're not. I'm sorry. Did you see the team in Oakland? You paying attention to the Dodgers? San Diego's a better team than the Yankees.
That'd be a really
the Padres
series. Oakland, LA.
The Padres are the best team in baseball right now. John, you had this from the jump. You had it from the jump, John. So I got to give it to you. All I'm saying is, if you're going to tell me we got to make the playoffs to the best of three, and you got a chance to go home with this bullpen and this rotation in tatters, I don't even want to make the playoffs. Let's go home. Let's go home. Because the way they're playing right now, they don't deserve to make the playoffs. Let's see Toronto make it. Let's see one of these upstart squads make it.
James sent me the standings. Toronto's a half a game better than the Yankees right now.
Now you're paying attention to what I'm saying? They suck.
But the Yankees will find a way in the end.
Not this year, no. No, I don't have that faith. And I'm one of the most staunch believing Yankee fans you will find. I don't have that faith. I don't. They're going to miss the playoffs, and I said it at the beginning of the year, and you looked at me like I was friggin' psycho. 60 games is not set up for them. It's not. that first of all, think about it this way. The way that the Yankees approach this thing with it's Garrett Cole, Masahiro, J-Hab's been a disaster. J-Hab's been a disaster the whole year. Look, he wasn't horrible against the Mets. That's not good enough for me, Kayla. I don't care. Reds, I don't care. I could care
You care about that though.
I don't. All I'm saying is wrap the season up early. Let's go home. And I'm ready to go home. AJ, where's your football update? Randy Gregory active could reinstated and could play as early as week 7.
Wow. Thank you for the update. Man, old Yankee Nation's giving up, huh?
I'm done. Because I've said this on this show and I've gotten eviscerated, and you know what? I stand by. I don't got time for foolishness. This is foolishness. You should have, look, at the end of the day, injuries are going to happen, yes. But this bullpen it's a joke. It's a joke. And then Tyler Wade yesterday. Tyler Wade! Where are you going, Tyler Wade? You still second. Why are you taking off with a ball that's in front of you? That's clearly going to be caught. Where are you going? You got a hot date? Please, just. If they lose any of these games to the Orioles, I'm at the point where somebody better put me in a straitjacket. I'm at that point. Yeah, because there's no fans in the building, so it feels like very bleh. Feels like they're just going. Guys, what do you think about that? Because I feel like sometimes watching games, these guys are just going through the motions of playing.
It's possible.
There's no real. Yeah, let's do that. They feel like they're just blah. This feels like to me, and as a Yankee fan, I'm not used to blah.
No, they don't need any more star pitching than they already got.
We don't need Jake. Jake's been.
They get a superstar every year. I can't. Nah.
The Yankees need a new physician and physical trainers. They just changed the staff. They just changed the whole staff. The whole staff just got changed. What is there not enough Gatorade on the bench? Hydrate, people. Let's go. And all these injuries are soft tissue injuries. A pull here, a cramp there. Listen, does the abbreviated spring training have something to do with that? Yeah. I'll give you that. But how come nobody else in baseball is dealing with this? The Padres, the friggin' the Oakland A's. Nobody else in baseball is dealing with these type of injuries. Now, granted, the Yankees got a gigantic squad. Like they're 3 size they're 3 size the times of like a normal human being. Yeah, Jake Arrieta's been a bum the last couple of years. Ain't a star no more. I remember when I broke the news. She was doing dances. If he did go to the
Yankees, his career would skyrocket. That's what always happens.
Nah, the way he's looking, he comes to the Yankees, he's gonna get on the IL, getting off the plane with a calf injury. Listen, I'm scarred. What do you want from me? I'm pissed off.
Listen, don't talk about scarred. That's one word unless if you're talking about the Knicks.
I'm scarred in this sense.
Oh, let's hear this.
I'm scarred in this sense. More like spoiled. I'll give you spoiled.
Okay, that's more of a fair word.
Spoiled fair. Blake's not mentioned that either fan.
Yeah, it's probably not the same. I mean, in any building.
No, it's like a spring training game. Look, I'll tell you that. That's why I miss CeCe on the team, because CeCe on this team would have been like, we gotta be ready to play. There's no CeCe on this team that's gonna go, you know what? Fuck that. We all millionaires, we're all professionals. I'm 90 and I want to win another chip. Y'all need to get it together.
By the way,
I'm not gonna say
Adam Schefter just tweeted out in a competitive battle, Bears are expected to name Mitchell Trubisky as starting QB. Source tells ESPN.
That's horrible.
That ain't gonna last long. Terrible decision.
Yeah, horrible.
I don't know how. There's no way. He ain't gonna last. And how could he beat Nick Foles in a QB battle?
No, well, Matt Nagy's still the head coach because that's probably Foles' guy. Listen, I'd be all for that. He's like a donut away from 4 bills, and your man's still putting in work. I'm done. All I'll say is this. Met fans, enjoy your moments of jubilee. Steve Cohen's going to buy. First of all, I got to say this. Did anybody see Steve Cohen's statement on the passing of Tom Seaver?
No.
All I'll say is it's as eloquent as anything the Mets have ever put out in the history of their franchise. The Wilpons need to sell him the team because of that statement alone. It was beautiful. I never, watching Tom Terrific pitch was an event for me as a kid. He made me feel special as a Met fan. I almost wanted to hang it up and laminate it. This, Wilpons, is what you should be instead of what you actually are, you morons. And here's another thing about the Wilpons that I have to say before I get off this diatribe. How in the blue hell is the statue of Tom Seaver not built already?
Agreed. Arguably the greatest player in the team's history.
Okay.
I don't know how.
Move on.
And
I'll
also,
move on.
another Met point, Howie Rose's reaction was beautiful. That was priceless.
Oh, I teared up watching it.
Nick Foles is better than average.
In the regular season, he's Eli.
And I send you the video. Howie Rose he didn't make the call, but he was still,
he was like this,
going crazy. Then he started tearing up. It was amazing. That's how much the Mets and Tom Seaver mean to him. That was really cool.
He grew up a Met fan.
You don't normally see broadcasters, whether on radio or TV, react that way. But that was pure and organic, and it was really cool as a Met fan to see. Like we grew up with Howie. I know you're not a Met fan, but No, but I've watched as many Met games as I have Yankee fans.
Howie Rose is great at his job. No doubt about it. Howie Rose might be the best outside of Gary Cohen. He may be the best broadcaster in New York.
One of. Guy's great.
He's awesome.
He is.
He's awesome. He's better than the idiot we got. But I'll leave the case for another.
Yeah, we're not
for another day. Let's get into this. Let's get into these two things. Really quickly. Hey, she's honest. I'll stipulate that. But, okay, you're the football fan here. I need you to help me figure this one out.
Okay.
Everybody's making a big deal about Jadeveon Clowney.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's going to sign. Oh, my God, Jadeveon Clowney. Is Jadeveon Clowney still on planet Earth? Is he still on planet Earth? because they were talking about that there's a Jadeveon Clowney signing somewhere, but I hadn't seen the brother on the football field since he hit that kid, that quarterback in college. Is he still here? He's still on planet Earth, right? No, that's a legitimate. That's like a legitimate question. Like he's still like his body's still walking this planet, right? Jadeveon, really? We're getting all happy for Jadeveon Clowney? And then you see the teams that are involved, the Saints, the Bronco. I'm like,
Really? He's got to be going just for money because, I mean, the Saints are a good team.
Nah, the Met fans are friggin' yo. I love them because they're loyal.
Met fans are passionate, loyal, stick with the team through. I mean, Tom Seaver getting traded. I mean, if you lasted through that, I mean, good God, trading your franchise player away for nothing.
All right, can we go through this? Tom Seaver didn't finish his career as a Met. Mike Piazza didn't finish his career as a Met. The greatest Met prospect in the history of prospects, Darryl Strawberry, didn't finish his career as a Met. Doc Gooden didn't finish his career as a Met.
Keith Hernandez
didn't finish his career as a Met. Didn't finish his career as a Met. Jose Reyes
didn't.
He did, but he really didn't. David Wright, hurt. Harvey, God knows where he is. He's somewhere in the Adirondacks right now, chilling. Syndergaard, Thor, out, done, finished, hurt.
I mean, you really have to have like.
You gotta be Nick fan crazy to be a friggin' to be a Met fan. You gotta be Nick fan mental. Because it's almost just as bad. It might be worse.
Like you had 06. Then the year after that, you blew that division.
They're doing it back-to-back years, 07 and 08. You're closing shade. Yeah. You got a chance to make the playoffs. That weekend, the Marlins eliminate you twice. Yo, what the? Met fans, if I could wrap my arms around you all and hug you all, I would. But just be masked up because I don't want no help.
Yes. Yeah, I mean,
for the love of God.
Me in 06. That's what killed it for me. That broke my heart so deep.
Poor kid's crushed. Oh wow. I think they kind of knew what they were getting into before they did this.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
They have an option to opt out, so
they did. And here's the thing: at the end of the day, players want that money just like everybody else does. So they knew what the chances and the risk were. But I do like the fact that baseball's starting to come around on the bubble idea, which makes tons of sense. And the NFL, I'm sorry, I know they're like the most untouchable league and they feel like God's hand is personally guide them through everything. But this is not going to end well. Oh, but there hasn't been that many viruses since they put on the pad. It's not that bad. When you get on planes and when you start traveling and when you start doing all this and when these viruses are only going to go up.
It's going to, and I'm not, of course, I don't want this to happen, but my guess is it's going to be like, and you know this following baseball, specific baseball teams that had COVID breakouts, I think it's going to be like that, but like 10 times worse. It's going to be bad because it's a contact.
But you got 53 guys on the team.
And
How
that
do you stop
too. And a massive
Yo,
staff.
that's another thing. How are you stopping it? How do you stop this from spreading? Wow. Okay. All right. I'll play along, NFL. I'll play your reindeer games. As they say, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I'll play your reindeer games. I'll play along with you. I'll paint the clown nose red. I'll do that. Sure, I'll make myself look like a buffoon. Absolutely. But finally, before we get on out of here, you want to talk about. Thank you for the people that participated in the polls. The poll results are in. Big Dog, do you want to read those poll results off, and then we'll get into the the AFC East, and then we'll get on out of here.
Yes. Got to prepare for that Game 7 tomorrow.
Oh, God. And, by the way, no stream tomorrow, guys.
Yeah, we're taking a day. Okay, there's a lot of them. We only had one vote for the Yankee one, but basically with the Yankees losing 10 of their last 14 games, how upset, concerned should the fans be? 100%, so very. Canucks winning Game 7 tonight, 100%. The Avalanche, 3 votes. Everyone voted them to win. They didn't end up winning. If the Rockets lose this series, Lakers.
Yes. Go ahead.
Yes, and I shared it with Stephen. Yep.
I saw them.
Should they trade James Harden? Everyone said hell no. I'm looking. Oh, who win the AFC East? Only one vote, but they voted Buffalo. And which Game 7 in the NHL are you most excited to watch? 50-50 on Stars Avalanche. That one just ended. And Canucks Golden Knights, 50%. None for Islanders Flyers. All right. AFC East. Interesting.
All right. AFC East, I'm going Bills.
First.
I'm going Bills first.
Okay.
I'm going. By the way, I got 2 questions or 2 answers on Facebook. Juan and Mike, they're both rolling with Bills Mafia. They get taking Buffalo over New England, but Mike did caution and go, wait a minute, I'm not betting against Cam, and I'm not betting against New England and big boy Bill. So everybody thinks the Buffalo Bills are taking this division. I got it shaken out. I think Buffalo goes 10-6. I think New England goes 9-7. I think the Dolphins go 7-9, and I think the Jets finish 3-13.
Wow, I agree with you on all that, except I'll go through mine. So I got New England winning the division 9-7. Skip, I love it. I disagree, but I love it. I hope you're right.
I can't. I know. Real quick, who's Sam Darnold throwing to, Skip? Are there any competent receivers that I'm not aware of? I'm just asking a question. Or is Jesus Christ himself going to come down and catch for Sam Darnold?
Let the kid believe, man. He wants to believe 9-7.
I'm just saying.
I hear you. I don't think the Jets are going to be good either, but I love his confidence. All right,
what you got?
Rolling 11-5. I think they got the division. I got Bills.
That good, bro. You got them winning 11 games.
Yeah.
Where?
At worst, 10-6.
All right. There you go.
Bills 9-7. Dolphins, I agree, 7-9. And Jets 5-11. Cam actually was named yesterday team captain, and he will be the starter going into the season, which, I mean, I really wasn't shocked.
I mean, we all knew that.
Yeah, Bill was going the other way. I don't know how, but yeah, anytime, Eric. Come on, man. Thank you for watching.
Listen, yes, man. Share the video.
It will be exciting. Let's go on.
Let's go, man. Thank you for hopping on. And if there's a big MMA fight, I don't know, we'll break it down and have you on, man. We want your expert analysis, so we'll have you on, man. Definitely. Thank you for hopping on. That's another WKRB alum right there.
Yes. Pats, Bills, Jets. He's got the Jets ahead of Miami.
How do you got Miami in last place, dude?
Interesting. What? Pats from winning the division.
Nah.
But a better O-line, that's all true.
Yeah, but you need to catch the ball. I don't know if that'll
propel them to 9-7, but I think Sam won't get built as much. Building that O-line was huge. Can the Patriots win without Tom Brady? I think they can win, but I don't think a Super Bowl is in their future. I'm not too sure about that. With Lamar and then Mahomes in the way in the AFC, I don't think so. The Dolphins draft Tua. When will he come in? And is there a QB battle amongst us in South Beach?
There isn't. Tua's not going to play unless it's like dire strength bad. Which
is a possibility because we know Fitz. Take the first year and then.
All I'm saying is I want the Dolphins to go 1-7 in their first 8 games just so we can see Tua.
Bills, Pats, Jets, Dolphins.
Nah, I can't. I'm not putting Miami last. Those boys, listen, man. And if Fitzpatrick actually is a competent quarterback,
they can maybe be ahead of Buffalo. I wouldn't be shocked.
They might even be a little wild card contention there. I'm not saying they make it, but they in the conversation if Fitzy's a competent quarterback. But you're rolling with New England. I'm rolling with Buffalo. We both got the Bills. We flip-flopping the Bills and the Patriots. We both think the Jets are going to finish last, and we got Miami finishing in 12th.
A couple more questions before we wrap up, but I wrote some storylines down. Can Josh Allen win a playoff game finally? Will the Jets improve at all? And will Gase and Darnold ever get on the same page?
I'll take question number 1 first. Hell no.
Yeah, I don't think Josh Allen's QB playoff ready.
No. I'm sorry. I'll take the last question first and say hell no. Hell no. To the no, to the no, hell no.
I agree with that.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. In terms of what Josh Allen winning a playoff game, that was one of the questions. That's also a hell no. And what was the third question?
I think we're both going to say hell no. This is not happening. Gase and Darnold, will they ever get on the same page? No way.
On that question, you can end the stream. You can end the stream. It's what did Kenny Smith say? It's over, ladies and gentlemen. It's over. Listen, that ain't even a hell no. That's a. And on that note, Thank you guys for joining us. Thank
man.
you
This
for
was
hopping
fun.
on.
Jets
Oh,
in first place.
Stop, because Big Dog just told me that you think they're winning like 4 games all year. Don't be fanning out now all of a sudden. Don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway, as the great Martin Lawrence once said, we ain't got to go home because I'm already home, but we got to get the hell up off of here. So I'm Stephen Martinez. Oh, by the way, real quick before we go, if you know anybody that's interested in like life insurance and they need a quote or they want to look at their life insurance policy, holla at my brother Michael Rosato. He got you covered. He'll look at your situation. Or if you're new to the whole thing, or you just want to look at additional information, he's the guy to go see. You can follow him at Michael Rosato on Facebook. I'll share it again so you guys can get the latest information from him. So help a brother out. He's trying to make some sales. So if you need some life insurance, help him out real quick. If you want some 3 Clips Media swag, there are bluntly stated shirts available right now on the 3 Clips Media page. Oh, by the way, there's going to be some additions made to the 3 Clips Media family, including a bio on someone on this show. We ain't going to give too much away, but he's going to be a part of, the new 3 Clips Media website. So if you want a shirt, it's at 3clipsmedia.com. And again, if you want some life insurance, go holler at my brother Mike. All right, guys. So thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it. Big Dog, this is a blast. I love you, man.
Love you too.
Sponsor, yes. Sponsor. Absolutely. And this was fun, guys. And we'll talk again soon.
Later.